Entitled mother leaves child on my doorstep. I work in a preschool and sometimes babysit kids from work, especially when we are on a break. Because of the virus outbreak, we are cancelled. Because my sister has a disability and is immunocompromised, my whole family agreed to go into self-isolation. Thankfully, most of us can work from home. We would limit our contact with all others, even other family members, to protect my sister. I was playing outside in the driveway with my brothers when a family car pulls up and one of the little girls, let's call her Susie from the preschool, gets out of the car. I have babysat her many times before, but never agreed to on this occasion. I assumed the mom was going to ask me to watch her, but when I approached the car, she speeds off, leaving poor Susie there. I had not made any previous arrangement to watch her and didn't want to let her into my house, knowing her father is a frequent flyer and Susie may be a carrier. I got her some water and let her sit down in the garage to get her out of the wind as I tried calling her mom and dad. Neither picked up at first until I finally got a hold of a very angry mom. I explained I couldn't watch Susie and she would have to come back and pick her up. The mom freaked out, saying she was already at work. This is a total lie. She works at a mall that I know for a fact is closed because of the virus. I tell her that if she doesn't return within half an hour, how far the mall is from my house, I would be calling CPS. She knows we are mandatory reporters because we already had to open a case on her. She explains that she can't, but says she will send her husband. 15 minutes passes and then 30 minutes. I get Susie some chalk to color with while maintaining a distance but trying to keep her happy. An hour later, I know no one is coming to get her. I phone CPS and a non-emergency police line and police arrive at my house in a couple of minutes. I explain to them the whole situation and thankfully a CPS worker is able to get there pretty quickly. The mom phones me later and yells at me for Susie being taken by CPS and them having another investigation. Saying I always watch Susie during break, I explain my immunocompromised sister and she's very offended. I even suggested Susie might be sick. I don't even bother to explain how she could be a carrier without showing symptoms. EM claims she won't be returning Susie to our preschool because of my appalling and disrespectful behavior. But I know that she has been kicked out of all the other preschools. I wouldn't mind if EM never came back, but I would certainly feel bad for little Susie. My son wants to go in your electronic wheelchair. Get out so he can have a go. Backstory: I'm a 29-year-old female and have been confined to a wheelchair since I was 17. I'm a quadriplegic and can use a manual wheelchair at home, but use a power wheelchair in public for practical reasons. I have mostly full use of my upper body and partial use of my lower body. I've been mistaken for a paraplegic a few times. This happened about a month ago before the crap hit the fan with the outbreak in my town. I was downtown shopping for supplies for my inevitable self-isolation when I heard a deafening squeal of a child, about 12. EK: oh, that's a cool scooter. How fast does it go? Me: thanks little man. Yeah, it goes pretty fast. Can I have a go? Me: sorry dude, not today. The kid says, "Aw, okay," and stomps away, and I thought that was the end of it, but you know I wouldn't be here if it was. A few minutes later, I hear the ground starts to tremble as the Megatron Karen approaches. Oh boy, I thought, this is going to be fun. EP: excuse me, what did you say to my son? Me, confused. He wanted a ride in my wheelchair. I said no. EP: what did you just say to me? You need to respect your elders and not talk down to my poor little angel. You don't even need that wheelchair. I know your legs work. You're just faking it to get attention. Now let my son have a ride. She wouldn't have been much older than 35, so obviously not my elder, but even if my nan spoke to me like that, I wouldn't reply kindly. Me: all of my patience officially gone. My wheelchair costs more than your car, and you want me to miraculously heal out of my chair so your dirty crotch goblin can take a joyride? Okay, added crotch goblin was smirking at me the entire time. Here's where the story gets graphic. I have hypermobility, which makes my joints extremely flexible and dislocation easily and relatively painless. I also have titanium screws inside my neck that creaks loudly when I move a certain way. Bring on the Frankenstein. I lean forward, push down with my right arm, dislocating my shoulder blade with a loud pop as I twisted my neck to make it creak, then pushed down with my left hand to contort my arm and hand in an unnatural position. This all happened in a few seconds, but it was enough to make Karen, red-faced and horrified, scream out, "Stop! It's okay! EK, let's go!" And they hurried out of the store. I could hear laughter coming from behind me as a friend who works there walked up to me and said, "That was mean." He knew me well and had seen me pull that trick before. Needless to say, I never had an issue like that again. It's a small town and news travel fast. Don't mess with the girl in the wheelchair. My mom, EP, says I ruined her day by planning my wedding the way I want. So my boyfriend of 2+ years recently proposed on the top of St. Louis Arch in front of his parents. He wanted his mom to record it and a bunch of other people. I, of course, said yes and was crying, total girl moment. My future mother-in-law sent the video to my dad, the good parent, and he texted me a "Congratulations, I knew you would say yes." My fiance had asked his permission. At the end of the day, we decided to wait until after he graduates from college and gets his feet up. He graduates in 2021 and I graduate in 2024, extra year for kinda double majoring, and he graduates first. So we decided to have the date set for November 24th, 2024, our dating anniversary, the day we met. When I get home from visiting him and his parents at the end of the week, my dad hugs me and congratulated me. Then we drove home. We got home and I put my stuff in my room. My mom, who has abused me from age 8 after my dad divorced her and is the EM, came out of the guest room. My dad told me she was staying here so she could work. I told him if she doesn't bother me, I won't bother her. We then talked briefly about plans and stuff and what my fiance and I had already decided upon. Then I mentioned our plans for me to wear a black wedding dress and have him wear a white suit. He's tan and looks amazing in white. I, however, look terrible in light colors because of my Irish genetics. Black suits me a lot more. And my dad loves it. My mom came out of the guest room and said, "I'm going wedding dress shopping with you so you don't fuck up my day." Yes, her day. Not like I'm the one getting married. I told her the wedding dress has already been picked out, which I have picked an idea out, not the dress set in concrete pick yet. And she stops and cries and said how I ruined her special moments. I told all of this to my fiance, who knows what she's like, and he said to calm down and reminded me that it's our wedding and we can do whatever we want. I also say that she will probably wear white, and he said, "I'll get a buddy of mine to spill red wine on her. Don't be scared. It's okay." So those were the stories for today's video. If you enjoyed this and want to watch more videos, then click here for more stories. Or go check out the info cards in the right corner for more videos.